bright and early this morning for Game 2 of the Rolling Thunder tournament. We'll have the Kirkwood Stars versus the Meramec Sharks. This is one of two Meramec teams in Kirkwood's group here in Wentzville. This version of the Meramec Sharks is the A3 team that Kirkwood is very likely to see during league play unless they move up or down. The other Meramec Sharks team in this field is Meramec's A2 team, which without an A1 team this year, it is Meramec's top team at the Peewee level. So Kirkwood will be looking to rebound from a really rough loss yesterday, falling 5-1 to St. Peter's in their opening game of the tournament. It was very close most of the way, but Kirkwood really kind of fell apart late in that game. In my opinion, the effort really dropped off after the third goal by St. Peter's, and it was kind of disappointing to see a little bit of quit in the team. You know, they're used to winning. That was their first loss of the season. It was the first time they gave up the first goal of the game. You know, they've only trailed for maybe half a period against Northwest Arkansas prior to this. So a little bit of a wake-up call for Kirkwood taking a loss like that. And I'm assuming that the coaches had a pretty frank conversation with the players about effort and playing all the way through, playing the full game, fighting through adversity. You know, they didn't really come out on their front foot. Kind of a slow first period, dropped that first goal, and they really came alive in the second period. They showed the way that they can and should play in the second period yesterday. A lot more urgency, a much heavier forecheck. They were getting sticks to the 50-50 pucks. They were contesting everything. That was the kind of energy and life I want to see out of this team from start to finish, not just for one period. And, you know, if they take a punch early, if Meramec gets out to the first goal, I want to see this team be able to fight through that and rebound from it. And yeah, I'm really watching effort and intensity and urgency from this Kirkwood team this morning, especially coming off their first loss of the season. And kind of, you know, not a great look to the end of that game. But today's a new day, and this is a new game, so here we go. Puck is on the ice. Kirkwood wins the draw and is into the zone just like that. So hopefully we've got coming out, waking up on the right side of the bed today, getting the front foot forward, all those classic cliches. You know, the 5 goals given up yesterday, almost all of them were either breakaways or just clear in a way looks. And here's an early shot. Rory was really left hung out to dry by teammates yesterday. Really had no chance on most of those goals that she gave up. A lot of breakdown plays where the puck got to a St. Peter's player behind the defense and they were just off and running. And credit to them for really taking advantage of their chances, because they had a lot of big high danger chances one-on-one with the goalie, and they made the most of them. And behind them, their goalie played really well. Kirkwood had their looks, but their goalie played an amazing game. Even, you know, on some lucky bounces for Kirkwood, they had St. Peter's defender had a high stick, deflected it right onto their own goal, but their goalie was ready for it and kept it out. I mean, I was very impressed by their goalie, very impressed by their finishing skill in the offensive zone. Well, this is our first time seeing Meramec, so I'm interested to see how Kirkwood comes back from that loss. Little bit of a wake-up call that you can't just put on the right jersey and expect to win. Can't just skate through the motions. That's a nice steal by David in the defensive zone. He skates it out. Oh, he had a little 2-on-1 Leo was coming with him, but the pass was broken up. Here's Liam Gale. Sending it forward, trying to get it to David, but again, broken up. Pass goes all the way to the end boards, and now Meramec's gonna come out of their own zone. Meramec trying to dangle through the defense. It's broken up. David coming the other way, makes a move, beats one defender, but he's got two more to beat. 1-on-3. Now his teammates come in for support. As they battle for it in the neutral zone. Nice stick by Jacob. That's Jackson Schultz. I'm getting my J's mixed up. We got Jaden, Jacob, and Jackson. That was Jackson Lowry. Excuse me. Haven't had enough coffee this morning, apparently. So there's Jacob Schultz on defense, coming around the boards. Jacob and Jackson wear 61 and 81, so that's also easy for me to mix up with that 6 and the 8 looking very similar on the jersey at first glance. Ironically, I was just telling Megan yesterday that I was feeling good about the names and the numbers. Felt like yesterday was the first game I was clicking on all cylinders, not having to think about it, but a little stumble out of the gate here. It's early. We're still waking up, but Stars look like they're plenty awake. Playing a good first period so far. Nice centering pass. That's Jackson Lowry off the post. Great look at goal from the Stars here, winning that face-off in the offensive zone, getting it to the back post. Jackson Lowry was there, just misses, hitting it off the iron. As Meramec comes the other way, they look for a centering pass, but defense is there for Kirkwood. Now Stars bringing it out and up and all the way to the end. No icing. Icing is waved off here. So here comes the Kirkwood forecheck. That's Liam Gale coming in. Also Jacob. Still trying to hem him in here. Meramec does find the exit. Bodie's going to skate back for it. As Rory comes out, no icing. Back to center ice. Liam regroups. Switches sides to Sam. As they battle for the neutral zone. Liam gets a stick to it. We have a whistle. Looks like Kirkwood's gonna go to the penalty box here. That's Liam Gale heading to the penalty box. So Meramec will have the game's first power play. Leo skates into the face-off circle for Kirkwood, shorthanded. They do win the draw. Bodie sends it up, but not out. Meramec holds it in. Deflection off a skate in the slot, goes into the corner. Meramec wins it back. A centering pass right in front of the crease. Rory's there. Holding it in, shooting again. Again, Rory gets the pad save. And now Kirkwood clears it. So fighting off a few chances for Meramec there on the power play. Good job by the Sharks holding the line, keeping the puck in the zone, and getting the puck to the net. Forced a few saves out of Rory, but she was up to the task. As we've got 58 seconds left on Liam Gale's penalty. Looks like Jackson Lowry in the face-off circle from Kirkwood. Slap shot, just wide. Now Jackson gets to it. He's got room to skate it out, and does. Switches it over to brother Jaden. Kirkwood gaining the zone, shorthanded, but Meramec collecting the puck behind their own net and coming the other way. .22 seconds left on the power play for Meramec as Kirkwood clears it out. Now Jaden just dumps it in for Kirkwood. Final 8 seconds of the penalty kill. Jackson skates in, tries to center it, but only blue jerseys are there. Nice effort here by Dunbar trying to break it up. And Gavin skates back to it in his own corner. He sends it up ahead, trying to get to Sam. Pinch comes in from Meramec, and they send it through the slot all the way to the far corner. Meramec regrouping in their own end. Here comes the forecheck from Kirkwood. Can they pinch it? Yes, Sam wins it in the corner. Puck squirts loose behind Meramec's goal. And now they're skating up and out. Loose puck slides to Jacob in the neutral zone, but Meramec steals it back. Shot comes in from the far boards, deflected. Now Dunbar wins it on the far boards, can't get it out. There's Bryson, he does. Dunbar fighting through, but Meramec coming back the other way. Back to Bodie, has it now for Kirkwood. Up to Bryson, 2-on-2. Blake Warfel supporting the puck here. Dumping it in, and so both teams having trouble establishing possession in the offensive zone. As Leo holds it in for Kirkwood, sends it back down behind the goal. Here's Liam Gale on the forecheck with David. Meramec comes out with it. Nice pinch by Blake over there, as now it comes back out to neutral zone. It's a race for the puck. Bodie's back for Kirkwood. He gets to it first. Liam Gale in the corner for Kirkwood. He wins it and has room to skate it out himself. Looks for a pass up ahead to David. Meramec diffuses the danger. Back out to Gavin in the neutral zone. Finds a pass to Leo. Again, it's loose and Meramec takes it back. Nice pinch by Gavin, holding it in, up to David in the slot, pass. Oh, he had Leo on the back post. He whiffed on the attempt though. What a golden opportunity for Kirkwood. Great pass from David down low to the side of the crease. Just missed on the timing there. If Leo got a stick to that one, that was in the goal. David tied for the team lead in assists this season. Looking for assist number 4 there, almost had it. Gavin sends it forward. Here comes Jackson. Over. No, not quite to Jaden. Now Jacob sends it in deep. Bryson gets a stick to it, but it's over. Jackson again in the face-off circle. It goes just wide. Now Meramec coming out, so some increasing pressure from Kirkwood in the offensive zone. Here's Jackson again. Tries to get it ahead to Bryson, but it's stolen. Meramec gets it deep, but Jacob's back for Kirkwood. Up ahead to Jaden. Now Jacob again to Bryson. Centering pass. It does get to Jacob. He chases it in behind the goal. Switches directions. Centering pass. He had Bryson. Now Meramec has it on the end boards. Up ahead. Sam breaks it up, tries to steal it back. Meramec does have it, but a pinch comes in from Kirkwood. Gets it in front of the goal and cleared all the way to the other end. No icing. Jacob was trying to take his time to let that puck go to the end boards, and because of that, they waved it off. Bryson skates in, offsides. So some good mounting pressure from Kirkwood. It was a pretty even game early here, but this ice is starting to tilt in Kirkwood's favor. They're getting more zone time. They're getting more looks at the goal, sustaining the pressure, sustaining the possession. Let's see if they can get a goal out of it. Keep the momentum going here. Nice move by Dunbar into the slot. Picked up by Liam. Shot. Oh, it's off the side netting. Pinch it comes in from Bodie. Sends it to the far corner. Dunbar centers it. Broken up by the defense. Sam gets a stick to it behind the goal. Dunbar chases it. Sharks pick it up. Sharks winning it forward now. Bodie has it in the corner for Kirkwood. Over to the other side. Now it's Sam on the puck for the Stars. Still fighting for it. Supported by Bodie. Up to the neutral zone. That's Bryson. He skates forward. Tries to beat his man. Oh, puck squirts loose to the goalie. He blocked it, but it gave up a very loose rebound there. That was dangerous. But Sharks coming with speed the other way. Pass through the slot. Oh, it whiffs on the attempt. Had a pretty good look there for Meramec, but couldn't fire the shot. Broken up by Sam. He breaks through. Oh, Kirkwood had a chance for a 2-on-1 there. Now Meramec come back in with speed. Looking to shoot from the face-off circle. Rory gets a glove to it. It was going wide anyway. Held in by Meramec. Shooting from the top of the slot. Well wide. Sam chases it to our side of the boards. Switches all the way to Dunbar at center ice, and he dumps it in for Kirkwood, who goes for a change. Here's Leo coming in on the forecheck. Meramec does get it out. So Meramec trying to regroup in their own end, but here comes David on the forecheck. Now Jackson with him. David has it. Tries to send it to the point. Wasn't quite looking on that pass. Had more time than he thought there. As Kirkwood regroups in their own end. And that's the end of the first period. So a much better look from the Stars in this first frame than yesterday. Looking like they're putting a better foot forward here in the first period. As I was saying, the early portions of that period looked pretty even. Both teams were struggling to establish possession in the offensive zone, but that back half of that first period really saw Kirkwood start to take control of this game. They're the team sustaining possession and pressure in the offensive zone. They're the team getting the most looks at goal. Meramec's had a few chances, but they've been few and far between and relatively not that dangerous. So it's unfortunate Kirkwood couldn't break through for a goal there, but they are looking like the better side early. But as we saw yesterday, that can shift quickly. have the advantage of being right above the benches here. Here Coach Leo Bauer, sorry, not Leo, Coach Joe Bauer telling his team to shoot the puck. They're maybe being a little bit too patient in the offensive zone. He wants to see more shots on goal. They've got the possession, they've got the pressure, now they need the shots, and now they need the goals. We're ready for the second period here. Bryson in this face-off circle for Kirkwood. Meramec coming in to Kirkwood's end. Stars send it around the boards. Jacob up ahead to Jaden. It does come out and back in. That'll be offsides. There was talk after the game yesterday about maybe taking shorter shifts, setting your fresh teammates up for success, not staying on late for a rush just because you want to get in on the attack and score a goal. But when you have those chances to shift at the right time to set the new fresh skaters up for success. Here's Blake, top of the slot. Shot comes in, it's blocked ahead of the goal. And we have another penalty here. We have interference against the Sharks. Kirkwood will get its first power play of the game. Sharks have had one chance with the man advantage. Now it's Kirkwood's turn. Back to Jacob at the point. Sends a long high shot into the corner. Liam gets the pass to Dunbar on the back post. Couldn't get the handle on it. Another centering pass. Sam was on the back door. He couldn't get a stick to it. Trying to win it back on the power play here for Kirkwood. Big pile up in the corner. So the ref wants to reset that, as the puck was mostly frozen there by that pile up of players. They'll do a face-off. Kirkwood goes for a change. They have 58 seconds left on their power plays. Bryson takes the draw. Kirkwood wins it, keeps it in. But now Meramec's on the puck shorthanded. Puck comes out to neutral zone. Kirkwood looking to set back up on the power play. David coming in. Now Jacob. Stolen by the Sharks. They're coming the other way, shorthanded. It's loose to the end boards. Jacob wins it back for the Stars. Still battling back there. Oh, now Meramec's going to try and steal it back. Kirkwood back on the puck, up ahead to David. He's got a little bit of space here to skate. Long shot, does get on goal. Nice save, rebound, goal! Leo Bauer bangs in the rebound on the shot by David. And Kirkwood takes a 1-0 lead here in the second period. On the power play goal by Kirkwood. So Kirkwood getting a little bit lazy back there in their own end on the power play. Meramec is trying to win it back, but puck came to Kirkwood. They got it ahead to David, who skated through the neutral zone, had a little bit of space entering across the blue line, ripped a shot from the top of the face-off circle. Looked like it gave the goalie a little bit of trouble, who was in position to make the save, but couldn't get a glove to it, couldn't catch it. Rebound falls to Leo on the back door, who bangs it in for the first goal of this game. And here's a breakaway for the Sharks. I think he missed everything there. Not sure that Roy made a save. Here's another shot, that's dangerous. So long shot comes in from just inside the blue line. Roy was in position to make the save. Puck was a little bit loose along the post there. Bit of a skirmish. Whistle was blown, so we'll have a face-off here. Meramec holding the line, dumping it in deep. Blake's back for Kirkwood. Up ahead to Jackson Lowry. He's passes it to Jaden, back to Jackson. Shot comes in. Behind the goal. Nice little brotherly connection there on that rush. As here's Jacob. Puck squirts back across the blue line. Good job by Bodie, taking his time, letting his teammates get back on sides before dumping it in. Puck squirts out, so Kirkwood has to regroup in the neutral zone. Oh, and Bryson comes in off the bench on a change, but he was offsides. That is always a tricky part of a second period. Those line changes in the offensive zone. You come in off the bench offsides. Tough to navigate that. So we reset here. Meramec has it. Kirkwood now coming in with a nice rush here. 3 Stars forward. Shot, saved, another rebound, and covered. That was a nice little attack from Kirkwood. They were all lined up along the blue line, stole the puck, and entered together. And some good passing generated. A couple shots there, in close. Centering pass, it's loose in the bottom of the slot. Cleared to safety. Now Meramec coming out, looking for a rush of their own. Defense is there for Kirkwood. Does get past Gavin to Rory, who doesn't cover, keeps it live. So Kirkwood maintains possession. Nice move by Sam to beat his man on the blue line, but pass is a little loose and it comes back to Meramec. Jacob tries to hold the line, puck squirts by him. Gavin's back, it's 2-on-1 for Meramec. Pass is broken up, good stick by Gavin. And here's Jacob, passing it ahead to Dunbar. Gaining the blue line, tries to make a move, couldn't keep the handle. Jacob, soft sliding shot, all the way to the goalie, easy save there. So rewinding a little bit, Meramec did have a clear breakaway going the other way. That was their best look at goal of the game. But I believe they missed everything on the attempt, and Kirkwood keeps its 1-0 lead. Here's a shot from Liam. Quick pad save by the Sharks goalie. Good pinch by Bodie there, keeping it in. David has it now. Looking for a pass to the back post. That's Leo. Out to the point, and Bodie falls down. So we have 1-on-1 for the Sharks going the other way. David comes in on the back check. And no, Meramec still has it. Now Blake shoots it to safety. That should be icing, diffusing the pressure. So Bodie slips up in the offensive zone as he tries to hold it on a deep pinch. Puck gets by him, squirts out for a one-on-one for Meramec on the attack. The Kirkwood defender did just enough to slow the attacker down, giving David time to come back on the back check. I thought he got a stick to it to break it up, but puck still fell loose to Meramec, who had a pretty good chance there. But Kirkwood keeps its 1-0 lead here in the second period. Now Meramec beats his defender. Nice save by Rory. Great look at goal for Meramec. Great save by the star goalie, Rory Murray. Meramec has it behind their own goal into the corner. Looking to break out. Held by Gavin. Now Bryson's on the puck for Kirkwood. Broken up in the face-off circle. Meramec ahead. Tries to beat Gavin. Jacob on the puck for Kirkwood. Stars coming forward now, just offsides. .5:33 left here in the second period. Kirkwood leading 1-0. Sam brings it in for Kirkwood, held in by Liam. Nice support there. Now Blake steps up, makes a move, has a shot. Loose in this crease. It's in the goal! There's a big pile up of players in front of the goal there. I didn't see who got it in for Kirkwood, but I did see the goal signal from the referee, so Kirkwood's going to have a 2-0 lead here. Great support of the puck on that one, entering the zone. It looked a little loose, looked like Meramec might be able to clear it out, but at two different times, first Liam comes in as he's got the puck going forward again. Liam came in to support it initially, then Blake comes in behind him on that goal. Blake brings it forward through the slot, had a really nice shot. The save was made, but it fell loose to the crease, and then it was just a mad scramble in the blue paint for the puck. Sometimes you see a quick whistle from the ref there to freeze it, even when it's still loose. Appreciate them letting it play out. They knew it wasn't covered, and Kirkwood wins the scramble in front of the net, jamming it in for a 2-0 lead here in the second period. Didn't see who got the goal. We'll have to check the score sheet after the game. As Sam on the puck for Kirkwood in the neutral zone, up ahead to Bryson. Meramec sends it out. Here comes Kirkwood. Bryson passing to Sam, shooting. Pad save. Centering. That was Bryson. It's squirted by him. He chases it, keeps it in, slaps it down into the corner. Kirkwood goes for a change here. Sent the length of the ice for icing. So we'll come back into the attacking zone for Kirkwood. Gavin, long shot from the point. He holds it in, sends it across the blue line to Jacob, shoots it down, blocked. And again, Meramec clears it. This will not make it for icing, so Gavin skates back. Shot bounces all the way to Rory. She's there. Jacob on the puck, up ahead to David. David has some room to skate it out. Puck comes back in, offsides. Meramec, again offsides. Finally gaining the zone. Now Bryson has some space. Does he have the speed to get by the defense? Here comes Jaden with him. Couldn't make the pass. Good look for Bryson there to turn on the Jets. He had some daylight to skate to. As Jacob holds the line, down to Jaden. On those near boards here. Jaden on the puck. Meramec steals it back, sends it out. Puck is going to make it. There's no icing here. So here's the forecheck for Meramec, winning it back. Jacob steals it back for Kirkwood behind his own goal. Pass misses its mark. And Meramec dumps it back in. Gavin now for Kirkwood. Up ahead to one of the Lowrys. That was Jaden. He switches it. Liam battling for it. Meramec skates it in. No corner to turn there. Stolen by Gavin. Up ahead to Jackson. Tries to switch it. He gets it to brother Jaden. Gaining the blue line. Nobody's really with him though. Can't do much with it. And Bodie's gonna hold it. Gets it down behind the goal. Dunbar in the other corner. Goes loose into the slot. Kirkwood still on the puck. Has some space here. Centering pass. It's under the goalie. Oh, I thought that might trickle in. It got under the goalie's pads, but it does get cleared to safety. Pile up of players on the far boards, and the ref's gonna whistle that again. So that puck squirted loose into the crease and slid underneath the Meramec goalie for just a moment. I thought it might have a chance to get across the goal line, but Sharks do keep it out, so we stay 2-0 Stars in the final seconds of this second period. As the Shark defenseman was lined up on the wrong side of the face-off circle. And that'll do it for period number 2 here in Wentzville. Kirkwood taking a 2-0 lead into the second intermission, looking in full control of this game. Most of the action has been in their attacking zone. They have all the possession and all the pressure here. A couple of few and far between chances for Meramec, but it's really been the ice tilted in favor of Kirkwood most of this game. You know, first maybe 5 minutes or so was pretty even, but once Kirkwood found its footing, it's been all stars. But only a 2-0 lead to show for it. You know, this game probably could be a wider margin based on how much Kirkwood is controlling the action, but it only takes one goal and Meramec feels like they're right back in this thing. So Kirkwood's gonna have to finish strong here, keep it up, not take their foot off the gas pedal, and also after losing 5-1 yesterday in their tournament opener, you know, goal differential does tend to factor in to the standings in these things. There's 6 teams in this group and only 2 championship slots. So if Kirkwood wants to get into that championship game, not only they're going to need help from other teams, like they're going to need to see St. Peter's drop some games and have some other results go their way, but they're also going to have to dig out of that -4 goal differential that they had coming into the game. So pouring on a few more goals here, getting back at least to even on the goal differential would go a long way. They have a chance with the way that they're dominating this game, but they got to finish strong here. No, can't take the foot off the gas pedal. That was Jacob trying to hold the line for Kirkwood. He misses it, gives the Sharks a chance to come the other way. Defense does get back. No shot is even taken there. So good job hustling back, diffusing the pressure there from Meramec as the puck squirted loose past the point. Meramec coming in again, making a move. Can't get a shot off. Good D by Kirkwood. Gavin wins it back in the corner. Has a few teammates with him. That's Leo bringing it out. And that will be icing. We'll have Liam Gale in the face-off circle for Kirkwood. Back to Bodie. Sends it up ahead to Jackson. Bodie again, now out to Liam. Puck went hard off of something there. Didn't have a view of it. We'll have a neutral zone face-off on Meramec's side of the center line. Liam on the dot. Wins it across the blue line, but that's offsides. We'll come back and do it again. Same spot. Jackson Lowry on Liam's left. Jaden Lowry on Liam's right. Bodie and Blake on the D line for Kirkwood. Meramec bringing it in. Puck slides loose to the end boards. Oh, it had a chance for a centering pass there. Missed its mark, and it slides all the way back into Meramec's side of the ice. Here comes the forecheck from Kirkwood, winning the puck. Centering pass, gets past Jackson. Bodie dumps it back in. Jaden has it in the corner. Meramec wins the puck back, beats the point, and now they have a 2-on-1. Bodie back for Kirkwood. Here comes Jackson skating back in support, centering pass. Couldn't get a stick to it. Great look at goal for Meramec. Long shot goes wide to the end boards. Bodie gets to it first for Kirkwood. Tries to get it up to Jackson. Now Jackson switches it over to Jaden. Skates forward and dumps it in. Liam gets to it first, but Sharks are there. Nice, good job by Sam holding that in, sending it back down to Liam. Gavin at the point, shooting it in. Wide to the corner. Jacob centering it, doesn't get to the crease. Sam on the puck, stolen by Meramec. They get it out to center ice, but Jacob's there for the Stars. Kirkwood back on the puck in their own end. Stolen away by Meramec just briefly. Jacob getting by one Shark. Now over to Dunbar. Has one man to beat. He gets by him, but the puck gets out ahead of him. Had a chance for a breakaway there. Lost the handle. Now Gavin skating back on defense for Kirkwood. Centering pass is intercepted by Jacob. Forecheck for Kirkwood. Nice job, Sam, holding the line. Puck dumped down. That's Dunbar behind the goal for Kirkwood. Leo comes in to support. Meramec skates it out. Has room, has speed. Tries to turn the corner. Can't get around Gavin. Centering pass. Jacob's there. Now David picks it up. Centers it back to Gavin. Has a little bit of time. Up ahead to Leo. Supported by Liam. He skates it in. Tries to get it to David. Sharks come the other way. David picks up the loose puck. Beats his man up ahead to Liam on the breakaway. Makes a move. Toe save by the Sharks goalie. That was Liam Gale on the breakaway as David sent him free. Bodie tries to step up. Shark gets around him. Now Liam skating in again. Loses the handle. Centers it. Only Sharks are there. Oh, nice stick by Blake to shut that rush down. Looked like Sharks had a little bit of a rush forming there at center ice. Good stick by Blake to break it up. As this faceoff comes to center ice. Kirkwood leading 2-0, 7:36 left to go in this third period. Sharks bringing it in. Gavin steals it, skates it out, passes it ahead to Leo. He's got one man with him, that's Jaden, off the side netting. Puck is loose, Jaden skates back and steals it. Centering pass, but only Sharks are there. Jaden centering to Leo. Loose to Gavin. Nice pass. In the slot, shot, goal! Jackson Lowry with the goal. Great teamwork by the Stars in the offensive zone. A lot of good passing, a lot of good puck support. It finally falls to Jackson in the slot, who buries it into the upper 90 corner for the third goal of the game for the Stars. 3-0 here against the Sharks. As Meramec skates in and shoots quickly. Jackson is now your solo team leader in goals scored for the Stars with 4 on the season. Little hard collision there. Sharks skating it in, shooting. It's behind Rory, that's a goal. Sharks got free into the slot. Puck was a little loose in the face-off circle. Shark pick it up, skate it into the slot, and rip a shot Rory did get something on it. She wasn't cleanly beaten, but didn't get enough of the puck as it bounces behind her and into the goal. 3-1 Stars now as Sharks get one back. 6:13 left to play here in the game. Bodie holds it for Kirkwood, dumping it back in. Nice forecheck, stolen. Liam off the post. Good forecheck pressure from Kirkwood there, winning the puck back deep. Liam got a nice look. I think that hit the post. He had a shot in close, just on top of the crease there. He's back in the face-off circle, wins it, centers it. Only Sharks are there. Meramec coming in on the attack. Nice stick by Blake, breaks it up, comes back in offsides. (3-1) Kirkwood, 5:39 left in the third period. Leo takes the draw for the Stars. Blake skates back to it, whiffs, and now it's loose to Bodie. Can't get it out. Meramec holds the line. Leo with the steal. He's got a clear breakaway if he hustles behind the defense. Tries to center it. It's off the pads. Bodie steps up on the pinch. Does keep it in. Dumps it into the far corner. Leo skates to it first. David supporting it. Kicks it over to Leo. It's loose to Meramec behind their own goal. They break out. Defense is back for Kirkwood. David gets a stick to it. Now Bodie slaps it around behind his own goal. Jacob picks it up in the corner. He goes the other way. Over to David, who gets it out. Supported by Jacob. David supports him. Now ahead, little 2-on-2 here. Bryson tries to split the defense. Into the corner. Meramec coming the other way with some space. Meramec, stolen by David. He tries to dump it off the glass. It goes over the wall. Just over 4 minutes to go here in this game. Kirkwood leading 3-1. Liam takes the draw for Kirkwood. Now it's out to neutral ice. Meramec gets it back. Good stick by Jacob, sends it out. And here comes Jackson. Dumps it in deep, but that will be icing. So we'll come back to Kirkwood's side. Kirkwood could really use another goal or two to dig out of that goal differential hole they found themselves in after yesterday's loss. Still work to do here in the final minutes of this game as Jaden skates forward for Kirkwood. Nice stick by Jacob holding it in. It gets down to Jaden in the corner. Centers it, but only Sharks are there. Jacob cuts him off, sends it back up the ice. Intercepted by Meramec. Skates in offsides. .3:12 to go here. 3-1 on the scoreboard. Kirkwood leading Meramec. Meramec wins the draw. Does get it loose into the zone. Sam trying to skate it out, supported by Liam. Now Sam again, skating forward. Turned over and comes the other way. Bodie skates back to it. Looks like we're going to have a penalty here. Interference against Liam. So Meramec will have its second power play of the game. Sam taking the draw for Kirkwood. Wins it to Dunbar. Held in by Meramec. Pass to the top of the slot. Loose to the far boards. Now Blake does shoot it out. It was deflected, so no icing. That's going to help the penalty kill for Kirkwood. Sam comes in on the forecheck. Sharks go the other way. Gavin picks it up at center ice, brings it back in. Sharks regroup in their own end. Gavin first to the loose puck at Kirkwood's side. Changes directions behind the goal. Up ahead to Sam. Meramec wins it back. Sends a pass to the top of the slot. David's got it on the far boards. Beats his man, but more Sharks are behind. And now Jacob comes forward for Kirkwood. He centers it. That was Bryson in the low slot. Gavin's got it on the near boards. Centers it, tries to get it back to Bryson. Broken up by the Sharks. So Liam comes out of the box. Kirkwood back to full strength. Pretty strong penalty kill there for Kirkwood. Not much danger for the Sharks on the main advantage. As now Meramec skates in. Just over a minute to go here. Kirkwood still with the 3-1 lead. Behind the goal to Bodie. He slaps it ahead, held in by Meramec at the point. Blake gets it to it. He skates it out himself. Coming forward. Held in by David, dumps it into the corner behind the goal. Liam chases it to the far corner, gets a stick to it. Now Bryson on the puck, centers, comes all the way back to Bodie at the point. Shooting from the face-off circle. It was loose for a second, but the goalie does cover with the glove. 20 seconds left in this one. 3-1 Kirkwood. Leo will take the draw for the Stars. Wins it to Jacob. Turns around and shoots. Deflected to the corner. Up ahead and out. Gavin skating back for Kirkwood. Meramec gets to it first, centers it. Not sure if that was a save or if it went wide, but either way it stays out. Pretty dangerous look for Meramec right at the end there. But the puck stays out and Kirkwood wins 3-1. Very nice bounce back from yesterday's loss for Kirkwood. Really dominated this one, wire to wire. That were closely contested. After that, Kirkwood really took over and took control. They had all the pressure. They had all the possession. Only 3 goals to show for it and only a +2 goal differential. I think this game was much more lopsided than that scoreline suggests. just like yesterday's game, was much closer than that final score suggested. But in both cases, Kirkwood didn't get quite the margin that they maybe deserved. So they're still in the red on goal differential in the standings there after these first two games, but that's not the most important thing, I would say. I think the thing we wanted to see most out of this game was how would Kirkwood bounce back from a loss that wasn't just lopsided on the scoreline, but really had some, questions and concerns about energy and effort level, intensity level in the tournament setting, especially first period. You don't come out flying as fast as you want to. Really strong second period against St. Peter's, but then the wheels really fall off in the third, and you could kind of see some of the skaters quitting on the puck, and the urgency and energy just really fell off completely at the end of that game, which is pretty disappointing to see, honestly. So I think seeing a wire-to-wire effort and urgency in this one is exactly what you wanted to see, and that's what we got from the Stars today. They get the win for it, really dominating the Sharks here. So we'll see. We'll have to do some scoreboard watching today, see how some of the other results go. Kirkwood still has one more, 3:45 against Northwest Arkansas. That should be a really good one. We played a very close game against the Junior Ice Hogs in declaration season. Kirkwood getting a very early goal in that one. The Northwest Arkansas flipping the script with two quick goals early in the second period, and then really took over that period, really clogging up the neutral zone and preventing much of a push from Kirkwood. And it really wasn't until Sam made a steal in the offensive zone, made a shot, and I think it was Jaden who scored on the rebound and tied the game. And that, brought a lot of life back to the Stars and more energy and urgency on their forecheck. They played a very close game the rest of the way, all the way through the third period. And it wasn't until Liam scored on a pass from David very late, I think less than a minute left in that one, to get the game-winning goal. So the part two of that series against Northwest Arkansas this afternoon, 3:45 here from Wentzville, will be a good one to watch because that game was very close. Those teams were pretty evenly matched, and expect more of that this afternoon. We'll see what the stakes are for Kirkwood if they have a chance to sneak into the championship game with a win. I think they're going to need some help from some other games. We'll do some scoreboard watching, and we'll let you know what's on the line here this afternoon when we're back here in Wentzville. But for now, we say goodbye from Wentzville Ice Arena.